Determine the inverse function for the function f of x equals 11 divided by the quantity x plus 5 plus 3. Because we are asked to determine the inverse function, we can assume the given function f of x is 1 to 1, and therefore the inverse is also an inverse function. Let's first replace f of x with y. The given function rule is equivalent to y equals 11 divided by the quantity x plus 5 plus 3. And now to determine the equation for the inverse, we interchange x and y, which indicates the equation for the inverse function is x equals 11 divided by the quantity y plus 5 plus 3. Now we need to solve this equation for y, and then finally replace y with inverse function notation. To begin to solve for y, let's subtract 3 on both sides, which results in the equation x minus 3 equals 11 divided by the quantity y plus 5. Next, we can either cross multiply or multiply both sides of the equation by y plus 5 to clear the fraction from the equation. Let's go ahead and multiply both sides by y plus 5. On the right, y plus 5 divided by itself simplifies to 1. We now have the quantity y plus 5 times the quantity x minus 3 equals 11. Next, we divide both sides of the equation by the quantity x minus 3. Simplifying, we now have y plus 5 equals 11 divided by the quantity x minus 3. And for the last step, we subtract 5 on both sides, giving us y equals 11 divided by the quantity x minus 3 minus 5. This is the inverse function, and we can now replace y with inverse function notation and state f inverse of x equals 11 divided by the quantity x minus 3 minus 5. And before we go, let's verify this graphically. Recall, if we graph the original function f of x and f inverse of x on the same coordinate plane, the two functions should be reflections of one another across the line y equals x. For both functions, I've replaced function notation with y. The original function is graphed in red. The inverse function is graphed in black. I've also graphed the line y equals x as a green dashed line, and we can see f of x and f inverse of x are reflections of one another across the line y equals x. This verifies our inverse function is correct. I hope you found this helpful.